With the U.S. government on the verge of another shutdown, many North Texans don't know. With the U.S. government on the verge of another shutdown, many North Texans don't know what to expect. ntTV is here to help.
Hi, Barbie! Mattel's annual Dia de los Muertos Barbie is finally here. We have the deets.
Boy Casino Night.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Lillian Kosh.
And I'm Chanel Young. The clock is ticking and the struggle in the House of Representatives is far from over. Legislators are trying to reach a deal regarding government funding. If the deal is not reached soon, Americans everywhere will be feeling the effects. CNN's Karine Kaifa has more on what life might look like if the shutdown comes to pass.
If Congress can't reach a deal to continue funding the government by this weekend, federal operations deemed non-essential will come to a halt. While some of the nearly 4 million federal workers will stay on the job, others will be furloughed, unpaid until the shutdown ends.
1 week without a paycheck could be devastating because people struggle.
During the 2019 shutdown, hundreds of TSA officers called out from work, many of them to find other ways to make money.
There are going to be some people, depending on how long the shutdown goes, who can't afford to get to work.
Fewer TSA agents could mean longer security lines in the short term, with the possibility of more travel troubles in the long term.
It stops us from training and hiring air traffic controllers. What that means is, over time, more shortages, more outages, more potential disruptions.
If your destination is a national park or a federally operated museum like the Smithsonian, you may not be allowed in if the facilities are forced to close. Meanwhile, maintenance of food, air, water, and workplace safety also likely to take a hit. Agencies tasked with upholding protections like OSHA, the FDA, and the EPA would pull back operations. People who rely on federal aid like housing or food assistance and even student loans may experience disruptions. A shutdown also putting U.S. credit on the line as ratings agencies consider whether investing in the U.S. government is still a safe bet. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Over 1,700 students, including many in North Texas, are in limbo after the for-profit school, the Art Institute, announced they will be closing their doors on Friday. 4 of the 8 locations are in Texas, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, and Houston. Local students and professors were shocked to hear the news, which they received in an email. The shutdown is due to low enrollment rates after the pandemic, as well as other issues. The Department of Justice has sued the school's parent company for giving students what the DOJ calls improper loans. The school company has denied the charges. However, the biggest concern for students is the school's lack of accreditation, with students wondering if their credits are even transferable. Since announcing the closure, the school has since updated its website with information and resources for the students to transition. It says students will be provided 5 free transcripts to assist with their transfer. However, students have reported that there is a lack of communication with the school's phone lines being shut down.
That is incredibly unfortunate. If they were going to do that, they should have done it before the semester started. Now these students are out. I don't know if they have any recourse. I don't know if any of that stuff will transfer into regular colleges. Tragedy is that these students put their time and money into that organization, and now they're on the street.
Normally, when a school closes like this, federal law states the school must provide a teach out program. But due to the school being privately owned, the school is exempt from having to carry that out. Well, I don't know about you, but this hot weather is making me want a sweet treat, like ice cream or something.
Me too, but you know, my favorite ice cream store in the Union literally just disappeared.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure reporter April Perdant can clear up the sweet treat confusion. April?
Yes, girls, that is right. Today is such a beautiful and sunny day to go grab ice cream. And personally, for me, one of my favorite ice cream places here at UNT is Scrappy's Ice Cream. But as you can take a glimpse around me, Scrappy's is no longer here. Our ntTV reporter Isabella Quintanilla investigated what happened to our beloved Cornerstone. Let's check it out.
UNT Dining shocked students when they announced that the beloved corner store would be closing its doors permanently.
I've heard that it was notorious for being the best place to get snacks, a great hangout spot too. A lot of people met up there.
I work in the Union, so it was always a quick and easy way to grab a snack between, class and work. I love getting Topo Chico from there all the time. That was always what I would get, and I'm really sad that it closed. It was really kind of devastating.
Students and faculty alike loved the corner store, and it was almost always busy, so why close it? Well, UNT Dining says this decision will actually help optimize space in the Union.
The transition for the corner store of shutting it down actually hit several needs. So the first was the introduction of the market, which is over at Eagle Landing, as well as we're having a big need to address the issue of lines in that of Chick-fil-A, which is one of our busiest retail operations on campus.
The empty space where the corner store used to be located will soon become the new Chick-fil-A, allowing them to expand the kitchen and add more seating.
The convenience long-term, especially with the impact of moving Chick-fil-A downstairs, will be huge, thinking of how long people are standing in line now and how much volume we go through there to really help fulfill that need.
But not to worry, because you can still find all your corner store favorites around campus.
The market over at Eagle Landing, the which has been moved there. We've also included Voltage Coffee, which is a locally owned roaster. And then here in the Union, we've got Verde Everyday Express, which is right across the hallway from Chick-fil-A. Scrappy's Ice Cream is there. You still get the same milkshakes, as well as grab and go and snacks and different.
Well, it looks like our beloved Cornerstone is going to be a new place for all of our Chick-fil-A lovers, which I am super excited about because I will no longer have to walk up a flight of stairs to go grab some waffle fries. So I'm super excited how this place is going to turn out, but for now, back to the studio.
Thanks, April. Amid the ongoing mental health crisis in the U.S., UNT is reaching a helping hand to its students. Next, after the break.
And later, a new Barbie is taking its place on store shelves this week. We've got the story. Can you shut that door? Mental health remains to be a widespread issue among college students, and UNT is offering individual therapy sessions that will be covered by student tuition. Students will have the opportunity to speak with a counselor face-to-face about any issues they may have. There are 5 different categories available on campus for students. These categories include crisis consultation, urgent consultations, initial consultations, single session consultations, and case management. If you are seeking help for any reason, you can call 940-565-2741, email counseling and testing services at unt.edu, or you can walk in Chestnut Hall, Suite 311 between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday to schedule an appointment. If you need help after hours, you can call the Counseling Center and press 1 to be directed to a crisis counselor.
One of the most controversial issues in Texas politics these days is drag shows. Yesterday, a federal judge declared the Texas drag ban unconstitutional, but a certain group of artists have been performing in Denton long before the current political arguments, and they won't stop in Denton. I was able to meet the queens who are ruling the stage as they spread their mission through DFW.
Queer events do not get coverage in Texas. We got to fight for our coverage.
On Thursday, What the Femme Productions fought to be heard in Denton, Texas, inside Rubber Gloves rehearsal studios.
Everything that we're doing in here is highlighting queer artistry, highlighting the queer community to the best of our ability, so that when we go back out into the world, we get to take that energy and that experience with us and maybe share it with everybody else.
What the Femme is dedicated to creating femtastic events, including their latest back-to-school bash featuring the one and only Bridget Bandit, the 2023 Miss Fort Worth newcomer Diamante, the newly crowned queen of Sin City Burlesque Vixie St. Clair, and so much more. Despite attempts to lawfully limit drag performances in Texas, these queens are not afraid to take the stage.
There's so much legislation that's happening that is trying to prevent drag artists from communicating their art and building community. So to be out in community with people constantly is really important.
It started with their podcast in 2019. Since then, the organization highlights femmes, other marginalized genders, and allies about their art and history. In doing so, the organization educates and advocates about these experiences, while encouraging others to embrace their own idea of femme. A portion of the proceeds from the event go to Outreach Denton's queer youth program called Spectrum, a nonprofit where LGBTQ+ youth could form a community for resources and advocacy. As they plan to host more events, they say one thing is for certain.
Every time we do a show, it's just like reinvigorating, magical. It's so wonderful to have so many queer and allied supporters. It's really special.
For more information, visit whatthefemmeproductions.com. I want to give a huge shout out to the event videographer, Michael Perry Williams. Thank you so much for sharing some footage. And if you want to see their next event, mark your calendars for September 29th and check their website for more information.
Chanel, I saw a really cute outfit, a performer wearing a really cute outfit. Kind of reminded me of Barbie.
I know exactly what you're talking about. The one in the pink, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So cute. But you know, you guys, not all Barbies are blondes wearing pink. Dia de los Muertos is upon us, and Mattel has come out with a new look to celebrate. The Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, is a cherished Mexican holiday that celebrates the lives of those who have passed away. This holiday occurs on November 2nd, but can begin on October 28th. This year, we will begin a special Dia de los Muertos Barbie paying her respects. Her face is adorned with sugar skull makeup and delicate swirls, crowned with multiple butterflies over her head. Her outfit, a vibrant pink ruffle dress adorned with traditional patterns and vibrant colors. In her hand, she carries her own offering, a beautiful statement to the tradition. The Barbie reflects an effort by Mattel to be more inclusive, respecting the holidays and traditions of different cultures.
Well, good news, late night owls. Late night shows are back. Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, John Oliver, and Seth Meyers announced their return to television shortly after the writers' strike concluded. Oliver's show is set to return Sunday, with the rest of the shows coming back Monday. This is exciting for fans, as late night shows were the first to go dark in the early days of the writer's strike last May. The comedians announced their comeback through Instagram, stating their podcast Strike Force 5 was over. The Strike Force 5 podcast was launched by the 5 comedians to help out their off-work staff during the strikes.
Coming up next, a possible solution to Denton's lack of water fountains. We'll explain.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3. Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
It's been way too hot outside for me, and I'm hoping these temperatures are gonna cool down. Let's see what our weather anchor Brooke Deering has to say about this weekend. Brooke?
Thanks, guys. Well, let me just say today has been hot. We're seeing temperatures right now in Denton in the 90s. It's going to be 95 degrees. But when we take a look at our local map, we're going to see temperatures ranging from 90 to 95, with our lowest temperature being over here in Paris at 90 degrees, and then our higher temperatures being in Graham, Denton, and Bowie. The rest are kind of lingering in the middle at those 92, 93, 94 degree temperatures. If we take a look at our regional map, we're going to see kind of the same thing. We're seeing temperatures ranging from the 90s to the 95s, this time with El Paso at 90 degrees. And then we're seeing Amarillo, Abilene, and Austin, and Shreveport all at 94 degrees. If we take a look at our 7-day forecast, we're going to see that this week is full of sun. It's going to be sunny across the entire week, with clouds coming in on Tuesday and Wednesday. But for right now, from Thursday to Monday, we're seeing highs regularly at the 96 degree temperatures. On Sunday, the high is going to be at 94, so just a tad bit cooler. But luckily on Saturday, we're going to see the low at 69 degrees. So we're dropping into those 60s, and it's going to be a great day to go outside and get a load of that fresh air. If we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to see those clouds start to roll in, and those rain temperatures go up from 10% to 24%. So it should just be a slight drizzle, nothing too crazy or anything to worry about, but it's going to be a nice week to take in that sun before we head into the fall temperatures. That's all I have for weather. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Brooke. Now, as we transition into fall, the Denton City Council is already looking ahead to prepare for summer. Our infrastructure
this year, scientists are watching a rapidly developing and strengthening El Nino event. It's a natural climate pattern, typically every 2 to 7 years, bringing warmer than average sea surface temperatures to the equatorial Pacific Ocean. That warming can influence our winter weather.
the effects of El Nino are pretty pronounced across a lot of the continent and really a lot of the world.
Dr. Daniel Swain, a UCLA climate scientist, explains El Nino is not just a Pacific story. The phenomenon typically leads to warmer and drier conditions in northern sections of the U.S., with cooler and wetter weather across southern stretches of the country. After California endured a winter of relentless atmospheric river systems, El Nino likely means more winter storms this coming January through March could be on the way.
I think there is a tilt in the odds towards a wetter than average winter, especially in southern and central California, as well as other parts of the interior southwestern U.S.
Dr. Swain adds El Nino could mean an unusually dry winter in the Pacific Northwest and Hawaii, where we've seen wildfires like the devastation in August in Lahaina. But a curveball in this year's El Nino predictions, how the abnormally warm water across the rest of the world's oceans could change how El Nino impacts us.
The global oceans outside of the El Nino zone in the tropics are also extremely warm. And so that combination is something we haven't seen before.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Well, I hope y'all have some boots in the back of your closet because UNT is bringing the Wild West to campus tonight. Reporter Landry Brady has more on the Western fun coming to town. Landry?
Thanks, Lillian. Tonight, UNT is bringing their Southern charm to campus as the UPC, or University Program Council, is hosting a Western-themed game night they call Cowboy Casino. Along with casino games, they will have Western-themed mocktails, snacks, and more. Tonight, I'm here with the UPC coordinator, Sky, to talk about their Wild West Casino Night. First of all, can you tell me what the USP does for campus?
So UPC provides fun, free, and engaging events for students on and off campus. We work with Frisco Landing and Discovery Park's student affairs offices to bring some events we host here on the main UNT campus to bring them to their campuses. So every UNT campus can have some fun, free, and engaging events for students.
Amazing. Can you tell me any details about this Cowboy Casino Night tonight?
So it's just really a fun, really laid-back Western-themed casino night. We have mocktails, snacks, and it'll be great. Country music will be there, so it's going to be great.
Already sounds amazing. Are there any other upcoming events that are happening on campus soon?
Upcoming events, we have Bears and Scares. It's kind of like Build-A-Bear. You'll be able to stuff your own bear, and there'll be some treats. And then we'll have video game bingo, followed by that, and then Rocky Horror Picture Show with a shadow cast from will be here in the Lyceum.
Alrighty, thank you so much. So if you're bored tonight or need a break from studying, be sure to pull up to the Union tonight at 7:30 to room 333 for the Cowboy Casino Night. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Landry. Well, maybe one of those Cowboys will get lucky tonight. I mean, unlike our Dallas Wings last night.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Well, luckily we don't have to because reporter Jay Lathan has given us our weekly sports rundown. Jay?
Thanks, ladies. You don't want to miss the trade that happened earlier today, the Dallas Wings semifinals, and more when we come back.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right, you do.
When I get married,
Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the bottom floor next to the student sculpture. Hope to see you there soon.
Hey girl, you know you look good. I like the way you move and groove. I'm not sure.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
major shakeup in the NBA as star guard Damian Lillard has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks in a 3-team deal. The Portland Trail Blazers will receive guard Drew Holiday, center DeAndre Ayton, and forward Toumani Camara. along with a first-round pick in 2029 from the Bucks and swap rights in 2028 and 2030 from the Bucks as well. The Phoenix Suns will receive forward Joseph Nurkic, guard Grayson Allen, and forward Nasir Little, along with guard Keon Johnson. Although Giannis and Dame combo, it really spaces the floor, I believe the Suns won this deal. Staying in basketball, the Wings fell to the Las Vegas Aces in Game 2 of the Western Conference WNBA semifinals. Last night, 91-84. Arike Ogunbowale led the Wings with 24 points, but was no match for the Aces forward Asia Wilson, as she was unstoppable with her third straight 30-point performance, further proving that she was snubbed as the regular season MVP. Game 3 will be Friday in Dallas as the Wings try to avoid going down 3-0 in the series. Moving is never easy, especially far away from your own home. One TWU student athlete has journeyed thousands of miles to further her athletic career and make her mark on the court. ntTV reporter Drew Maurer has more on the story.
Most American athletes take the same approach to reach the professional level: high school, college, selection draft, and finally a pro career. In other countries, however, some athletes jump right into preparing for the professional level at a young age. Texas Women's University's Duda Dutra began that journey at just 13 years old.
When I was 13, I moved to Belo Horizonte, which is like the main city of Minas Gerais. So I moved to Belo Horizonte to play volleyball, and my parents came with me when I moved, and now they live there.
Moving to a different city is one thing, but moving to a different country is a whole nother experience.
So I think the major difference for me is that I can study here, and studying here is a priority, while in Brazil it wasn't. While here is like, we want you to be a good player, and I mean, of course we want you to play pro if you want to, but like the academics come with it.
For most college students, home is just a few hours away, whether that's by car or by plane. But for Duda, it's a little more complicated than that, and it feels like she's worlds apart from her family and her home.
I was missing home like a lot. I was totally homesick. But at the same time, it's a good thing because you're growing, right? You're getting mature, you're trying to develop new skills, and I mean, you're becoming a new person.
ntTV News, I'm Drew Maurer.
That is so awesome to see. Duda has paved her way as a rising star here in Denton, Texas, and that is so heartwarming to see. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jay. Okay, Chanel, let's end the show off with some Pictionary, all right?
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Oh, okay. Is it a dog?
No.
A cat?
No.
A flying squirrel?
No, it's my hamster.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm so bad at this game.
Yes, you are, but that shouldn't be an issue with the new version of Pictionary that has a high-tech twist.
Yes, Mattel announced Tuesday that artificial intelligence will become a new player in the game. Usually, someone draws a card and has to sketch the word on the card. If the player's team guesses the word, they roll and die and move around the Pictionary board.
But in this new version, players still sketch the card, but it's AI that makes the guess. Players now earn points by guessing whether AI will figure out the answer. People can start pre-ordering the game today, and the new version is expected to hit store shelves on Monday.
Now that sounds like a game I'm good at. Let's play.
All right, I'm down, but don't treat me to a good time now. I'll beat you, all right?
I know.
All right, well, thanks so much for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.